Hey folks, it's Tom, your Frugal Prepper. Just kind of an update video. So I'm back on the keto pretty strong. In fact, I'm switching over to mostly carnivore now. I mean, I have some vegetables once in a while. Getting ready to go in here and cook up some lunch. I haven't eaten since last night for dinner. So yeah, I'm kind of a little bit hungry. But I'm really craving some meat. I don't think I'm going to cook any veg. But I hurt my back last weekend, and I hurt it by restacking the stone retaining wall that my son hit, carrying big bags of mulch, weeding the flower garden, working a little bit in the garden, restacking some firewood, moving it and restacking it by hand. And I got like a muscle that's all swollen in my back, and it's right near that vertebrae where the sciatic nerve comes out. So it was pretty painful, like Monday. And I went to the chiropractor, and they did some stuff like stretching it out and stuff, and that helped a little bit. But I've just been really getting back on a good, clean, pure keto. One of the things I'm trying to cut out completely is seed oils, and that means no mayonnaise, unless I buy the Primal Kitchen mayonnaise, which is made with avocado oil, it's a little jar and it's $11, so I just have a little bit of that. And I'm trying to cut out the artificial sweeteners for good this time. That's rough, but I had a can of Diet Mountain Dew this morning, and I'm like, oh, that tastes kind of nasty. So maybe I'm adjusting to the no sweetener thing. Black coffee, tea, unsweetened tea. I got some sun tea out there now I'm gonna go grab. But my back is feeling probably 85% better. And it hurts a little when I wake up, but most of the time throughout the day, it's doing good now. The difference between pre-keto, pre-carnivore, pre-whatever, 4 years ago or 5 years ago almost now, was I used to hurt my back just sitting up out of bed too fast. It takes 6 weeks to get better, and it just always hurt. And now I have to actually really do a lot of work and lift something wrong, and then I hurt my back. And it gets better in a week or two, typically. So, I've gone on and off the keto train a little bit. I still get tempted by a bag of chips, but I'm finding without the artificial sweeteners, the higher carbohydrate foods don't interest me as much, right? You just kind of hit this even keel. I can tell you, since I've been going more carnivore, really watching the carbs, and I haven't eaten any seed oils for a week, that my vision's already getting better. I have macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy, and they were giving me shots in my eyes and burning spots in my retina with a laser, and I'd still see like every once in a while, like things would just be flashing, like it was almost like you looked at the sun and saw a bright spot in your eye, and then you look away and you see like your vision's kind of weak. But that was happening all the time, and that's just been gone this week. I'm seeing great. So seed oils, I did some research, and the seed oils actually play a big part in this macular degeneration that everybody's seeing. It used to be extraordinarily rare. Now like 1 in 11 people get it, and above 75 it's something more like 1 in 3 or something. And so hopefully that's going to help stabilize my vision where it's at by not eating the seed oils, I think. People will tell you all the time that keto is not sustainable. It 100% is. And if you fall off the keto wagon and you have a bag of tater chips, just remember to get right back on it and start riding again. It's a very forgiving diet. You can fall off and you can get back on, but staying on it really helps you feel a lot better, a lot more even. And things heal faster. Like when I drilled the hole in my finger into the bone a few months ago, it's completely healed. It's okay. When I drove the 3/8 spike into my knee, that all healed and it's fine. I do have a little click in my knee now and then, but doesn't hurt. So your body can heal, but I've treated my body like a trash can for most of my life, and just the last 4 or 5 years I've tried to watch it, and now I'm really trying to watch it. And it takes time for your body to heal up, but you will feel better. A lot of people will tell you, like, oh, you're gonna have a vitamin deficiency, blah blah blah. I don't take any supplements or vitamins, and I feel fine. My body is fully capable of running on just meat. Now, I do eat a little veg. I have some green beans now and then. I have some broccoli now and then. I have some spaghetti squash and some low carb tomato sauce now and then. So I'm not 100% carnivore. I think more important than just eating the meat, though, or more important than carnivore, is to only eat like whole foods. Don't eat anything refined or processed. And then avoid sugars, avoid seed oils. You'll be fine if you want to have a few Brussels sprouts, or a little bit of broccoli, or a little bit of green beans, or a little bit of cabbage. I don't eat a ton of that, but you'll be fine to do that. But avoid your margarines, your canola oil, your safflower oil, your vegetable oil, which is soybean oil, your peanut oils, your corn oils. All those are heavily refined. I mean, probably the least refined of those is your peanut oil, but I still stay away from that. Avocado oil, coconut oil, and your olive oil. Those are probably okay to eat, but why not just fry it up in some bacon grease? That's good stuff. Or some tallow, or some butter. Bacon is like half oleic acid, which is the same stuff that's in olive oil that's supposed to be so good for you. So these foods really are healthy. As far as your cholesterol, if you're eating low carb and your cholesterol goes high, that's actually good for you. That means your body is generating good, healthy LDL, the nice, big, fluffy ones that are going around repairing tissue. Don't live and die by the cholesterol numbers. High cholesterol can mean your body's sick. It can mean your body's healthy. It can mean it's poisonous LDL. It's small LDL, high, big LDLs. They can't tell that you have a healthy metabolism by looking at just your cholesterol. And it's not an indicator of heart disease or early death. In fact, they did a study in Norway or something from the 90s to the 2000s. They looked, and people with high LDL actually have a lower death rate than people with low LDL. So don't worry too much about that. But that's all I got. You just have to go by how you feel. And, you shouldn't be waking up every day like, oh, I just can't get up. I don't want to go. Struggling to get to the coffee pot, chug down coffee. And then, you should wake up generally well rested and ready to go start a day. And then you should work all day long until you're tired, doing stuff in the garden or whatever. And then you should go to sleep, and you should eat a couple times in there somewhere. And you eat the right foods, and you're fine. All my life I've been told that I have all these genetic predispositions, and I have this and I'm that and blah blah blah. And the truth is, it's all been just my diet. I just treated my body like a trash can and dumped in sugar and fructose and crap in my body most of my life. And I didn't know any better, right? I didn't know. And I was on 250 units insulin a day. I was like 458 pounds at my highest weight. I'm down in I'm right around 300 and 290 somewhere right now. And that's going to go down more, and I feel great. I feel absolutely wonderful. One of the ways that I don't know what it is, but this used to seem completely nasty to me. But I love raw meat now. It's just the greatest thing in the world. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sear some of this up in a pan a little bit and make me some lunch. But nibbling on raw meat is awesome. So yeah, I know my stove needs cleaned off a little bit, but I don't have time right now. But don't throw your bacon grease away. That's good stuff. So you take that and melt a little bit of that in your pan. And then we're gonna put some meat in here and sear it up. So I got me a nice little helping of chuck roast here. I'll just go ahead and brown this up good on both ends. I'll leave it kind of raw in the middle. And then I'm gonna put some of these shrimp in the pan and cook them up as well. So while that's cooking up, let's talk about something else. My teeth, right? I have teeth that have been pulled. I always had cavities, root canals, all kinds of stuff. Since I went keto 4 or 5 years ago, I've gone to the dentist for cleanings, but I've had no cavities. My gums are healthy. They don't bleed anymore. I don't have to get a special soft toothbrush. And my breath smells great, just naturally. I don't have to like take a breath mint all the time. Just one of the benefits of being mostly keto and carnivore. So I'm going to be ready to flip this steak over, or the chuck roast. So I flip this over. I'm cooked a little on one side. We'll cook a little on the other side. My shrimp are in there cooking up as well. I'm just frying them in the bacon grease. Normally if I do shrimp by itself, I'll just do butter and a little bit of garlic. But, you know, it's fine in bacon grease. It'll be fine. So that's probably about good enough for the steak. I'm going to let the shrimp cook just a little bit longer. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I call it steak, but it's actually chuck roast. Chuck roast is cheaper than steak. Put that on there. And I'll just let these shrimp cook up just a little longer. The other thing is I got like this bubbly. This is really good, clean stuff. If you just need something fizzy like a pop, this works as a treat. And then I have my sun tea over here. I'll probably have a couple of olives. These are blue cheese filled olives, low carb. I'll probably have a couple of those with my steak and shrimp. All right, so I've turned my heat off, and these are done now. And put those over here. Ooh. Alexa, shut up. I don't know why she's talking. Anyway, we'll do that. And we'll take our Redmond's real salt. We'll give everything a nice, generous coating of salt. So here we are, this is lunch. I got my 2 blue cheese olives, my shrimp, and my meat, my steak or my chuck roast. I got my sun tea. I got my purple bubbly. Oh, I have a shrimp first. Wow, that's really good fried in bacon grease. That's better than butter. I'm gonna have to try that more from now on. And piece of chuck roast. So as you can tell, this is just browned. It's still very, very rare in the middle. That's the way I like it. That's the way it tastes really good. You can cook it more than that if you really want to. But I just like to brown it and get some of that bacony, crispy flavor on the outside and leave it mostly raw in the middle. By the way, this tea is an English black tea. I make iced tea out of it, you know, sun tea. It's really good. I like the English tea because, you know, no matter what you can say about the English, they know their tea. So these really fatty, gristly parts of the meat, you want to eat those. Those are almost pure collagen, and that helps to rebuild connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, the cartilage, all that stuff. So that's really important, actually, especially if you have an injured back. Last little bit goes to the cat. I'm full. I don't really want to eat anymore, so I'm giving the last of it to the kitty cat. All right, so if you find that disgusting, leave me a thumbs down. If you find that healthy and good, leave me a thumbs up. Make sure you leave all the comments below about how I'm gonna die early and die young of a heart attack and I'm killing myself and all that stuff down below. even dietitians that, you know, preach Captain Crunch cereal is the best thing to have for breakfast. You can leave comments. Your doctors, whoever, tell me what you've done to increase your health, and we'll go from there. I gotta get back to work pretty soon, so I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.